What's happening, everyone? Welcome to GBALL Vision. I hope you are having an awesome day today. We have an unboxing to do for you guys. Now, this was sent in to the channel for me to take a look at, to do an unboxing, to do a review, and to do some testing on. And I am thoroughly excited to get into this guy. So we'll go ahead and use the Urban EDC Supply NASCO exclusive Lander and M390 with that Sagaha wave pattern. I did change all the hardware and liners on this particular one to all black. I think it looks pretty sweet with the satin blade. So we'll go ahead and get into this guy. If you like knife content, EDC content, you are in the right spot. Hit the subscribe button if you are not already subscribed. And give me a little thumbs up. Leave me a little comment. It helps me out, helps the video out, all the things. Just do them. It's easy. It's free. I know it's tough sometimes to click a button and paddle a few words on your phone or your keyboard, but you can do it for old G-Ball, can't you? So, Nedfoss is the company that reached out to me, and they sent, I looked at a couple of their knives. There's a receipt in the packaging. So you get a good looking box. Now, Nedfoss is they are on Amazon. I'm not sure if they are on another website as well, but I know they specialize in Amazon type products. And I looked at a few other knives and decided on this one, and I might be getting some others as well. So it looks like, okay. So that is it for in the box. Pretty nice packaging for a budget-ended knife. And you do get a button pouch. You get a thank you card from Nedfoss. You get a warranty card. And you get some information on the company and the knife, and then you get a nice little microfiber cloth, which definitely appreciate that. So you can put this on your belt if you wish, or backpack, or what have you. Seems pretty nice, actually. Yeah, it feels pretty good. So there's our knife all sealed up. So I believe this is the FA48 is what I think that it's called, but I'm not 100% sure. They do give you a lanyard here with the knife. Looks like micarta handles on the inlays here. Some nice thick micarta inlays. The blade is nice and centered. Yeah, that's almost dead on. Steel pocket clip, lower mounted. I'm guessing those are steel bolsters. We will definitely be checking that. So this is a flipper only, and this is a big boy. Like, this is a very big knife. Let's give it a flick and see what the action's like. Okay. Not bad at all. Look at that blade. Look at that harpoon drop point. Coming in D2 steel. You do have a shallow hollow grind, and it is a machine satin all the way around. It looks like everything is machine satin, and it looks good. It looks clean. How about the edge? The edge looks pretty good. Pretty even. Gonna have a little sharpening life on this guy. D2, if done properly. Wow, that's pretty good. Okay. That's surprisingly good. It's hydraulic. It's not that cheap feeling droppiness. It's nice and smooth. Even with that big blade, it's still nice and hydraulic. Typically, when you have these bigger folding knives like this, the blade will just come clashing down, come crashing down. And this is not one of those knives that we think of when you have a big blade. That is surprisingly good action. So let's get into some of the details. You already know what I'm gonna say. If it was up to me and they was asking, I would say keep the lion, move that up closer to the scale and get rid of the Nedfoss. That's just my opinion. Everyone knows that who watches my content. The steel marking is just fine with me. I just leave it with D2, put it a little closer to the scale, make it a little smaller. But otherwise, that's pretty good. And I don't see any other branding on the knife. That is good. But I'd get rid of the Nedfoss, keep their emblem, and just keep it tight to the scales there, as close as you can get it. You do have good pass-through to the liner there. And they put a chamfer on the liner. Almost like a machine finish on the bolsters there. Transitions are pretty good. Pretty good. We got to keep things in perspective as well. This is a more budget-oriented knife. I do see some internal milling. Looks like some weight relief back in here. You can see there they have like it's not really a rectangle. It's kind of like an oblong, rectangular, triangular cutout. So that does, I don't know. That's pretty good. That's actually exactly where you want it to be. So the balance is actually pretty good. And to give you guys a perspective here, we will do a full overview and review of this knife. But you're talking 3 7/8 of cutting edge, and you're coming out to this tip here. That's 4 1/16, maybe an eighth. And then down into here, you're almost at a quarter. So 4 1/4. And then you're coming down past 9 1/4 overall. A strong 9 1/4. So this is a big boy. I didn't realize how big this knife was. I took a look at it and I said that one looks good. I have no experience with Nedfoss, but I a lot get the question or people asking, hey, can you review more budget ended knives and so on and so forth, knives that I don't typically buy. And I would like to cater to as many people as possible when it comes to knives. I love knives. I don't discriminate when it comes to knives. I tell the companies, hey, I'm going to give my honest thoughts right then and there. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm not going to edit things out or in. I'm going to give you my thoughts, and it is what it is. And the companies that have sent things in, that's the way it's going to be. There's the gator, and the gator is over 9 inches, and you can see here that this Nedfoss is a little bit bigger. So if you are into bigger, larger folding knives, and you're looking for a more budget-ended approach, this is a one to maybe take a look at here. Definitely can wait for some review for me to, carry it, use it, do a little overview, and talk a little bit more about it. I can say, though, it seems like the lockup is pretty solid there at like 30%. Absolutely no movement side to side, and I'm wrenching on this guy. No movement side to side or up and down. It's a really good looking knife. Boy, I wish it was just that emblem, though. You guys know how I feel about the branding. The micarta seems pretty good. The transitions they're pretty good. Let's check. So I know that's steel. Yep. Hardware is steel. Steel liners, of course. Let's just while I'm thinking about it, let's check hardware. It looks like is that T8 or is that a 10? So you're going to have 6. You're going to have 6 on your micarta inlays. And I don't know if that's an 8. It almost looks like it might be a 10. If I can get these out of here. Nope, that's an 8. That's a 10. Okay, so it's an 8. So you have T8 on your pivot, T6 on your handle, and going to be T6 as well on your pocket clip screws. Very standard. My recommendations right off the get-go, first impressions, do away with the branding. Keep the logo if you would like. Move it closer to the scale. I would prefer a rollover clip here in this instance. With the knife being as big as it is, I can see why they went with the lower mounted clip, but I could see a rollover clip being very useful here. Maybe trim this down, so it only comes to about here. This is not going to be left-hand friendly. For carry purposes and use purposes, I will probably take that lanyard off there. But I will be doing a full overview and a full review of this. Maybe we'll take it apart as well, see what's going on inside. Very open construction. You have 2 standoffs there. The action seems very good. You can light switch it. You can push button it. And then that drop is getting me. I don't know how. And it's smooth too. It's very smooth. I don't know how they did that with this 4-inch blade, but that's pretty impressive. I'm not sure what this is. Bud K catalog. Not sure, but we'll cut it up. Let's see what the edge came like. Okay. No snags. Feels pretty good. There's a staple. Be careful. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. That is pretty damn good. I only have a few minor nitpicks, and they're very common, and, you know, it's getting very nitpicky. The edge is good. Steel choice, you know, D2, it's fine. The opening method works very well. You have access to your liner lock, and they chamfered it to make it more comfortable. The blade is centered. The things that I look for are, is the edge sharp? Is the steel, you know, is that a good choice in steel? Can you open the knife easily? Can you unlock the knife easily? Is it comfortable to unlock the knife? Are the ergonomics good? You know, and you know, the main things, knives are used to cut things, not to fidget with them. So, you know, they're meant to as tools and to be used to cut things. So first and foremost, the edge has to be good. You have to be able to easily unlock it, comfortably unlock it, comfortably hold and carry the knife, easily open it. You know, those are the things I look for. All the other stuff like the action, you know, you want it to be smooth and all that sort of thing, yes. But does it drop shut and all that sort of thing is kind of secondary to me. A lot of you guys know that. But in this case, in this example, they nailed it. I would say do away with the logo, go T8 across the board on all the hardware, and just do a rollover clip there with the recess the clip and screws and do a rollover there. And that's it. That's really my first impression changes that I would make. And those are very common nitpicks and changes that a lot of companies, you know, you'll hear me say. Get rid of the branding, T8s across the board, and then, you know, maybe one other small nitpick here or there. In this case, it's the clip. But they nailed my biggest pet peeve, access and a chamfer. Great job there. Expect a full overview, full review of this guy coming up. Thank you to Nedfoss for sending this guy in. I will be in talks with them and trying to acquire a few more knives for testing and review purposes. Give you guys more options. That'll do it for this one, guys. If you're still here, give the video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. And if you're still here and you are not subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below the video. I would love to have you here. Otherwise, guys, I will catch you on the next one.